If you would have asked me when I was a kid what I thought things would look like in the future, I probably would have described something pretty similar to what it is. That's been really, really rewarding to get to dream it up and work for it and live it.
My name is Brandon Metcalf with South by Sea, and our craft is screen printing.
South by Sea is a company that exists in the music and merchandising industries. Today we are in the South by Sea warehouse in East Nashville, and it's a total of about 20,000 square feet, and it's a pretty interesting concept that I've kind of dreamed of ever since I was a little kid. We have the t-shirt printing shop, we have some office space, we also have some creative space. So we have a couple of recording studios. Ultimately, it's just a big space to create and make things. The idea of screen printing and t-shirts and the merchandising venture was always a means to an end for me. It was a way to support the dream and the passion of creating and producing music. I started to see the product of the music is one thing, but the product and the sales and the revenues that could be generated from having additional things is just a way to further scale and grow. So I saw these bands I was working with that were buying a lot of t-shirts, and they were paying whatever to get shirts made so that they could go out and resell. Really, there's nothing too fancy about it. I was just like, I could probably do that.
Our team now is printing on fully automatic screen printing presses that are capable of printing up to 700 or more shirts per hour. And when I first started, I was on a completely manual screen printing press. You could only do 4 colors. You had to pull the ink through by hand, and it was a much slower process. That was totally fine with me because I was having fun and I was young and I had all this energy. And it was almost like getting a workout. Like, you know, pulling the stuff through is like working on my muscles, and I'd work till whenever in the studio and need a break and just head over to the little warehouse and make t-shirts, and it was awesome. You know, you start making shirts for one band, and then these other guys hear about it and like, hey man, can you do some stuff for us? And we need some shirts. And then they tell somebody else, and it became more than I could just do in spare time. So then it's like, okay, I need to start, like, I guess, hiring people to come along and help. And I didn't know how to do that, but I had a couple of friends who were like, man, sure, I could learn that, and we figured it out. The coolest thing about where we're at now as a company is that we have people who excel in very, very specific roles that they can completely be experts in. So everything from graphic design and customer service to screens to printing to shipping and logistics, and having all of these people who are passionate and really focused on making their specific part of the process great is what makes the whole experience work so well. The company now has evolved into its own living, breathing organization. The main office is in the Seattle area. We have our Nashville facility. We have over 60 employees. We did over $12 million in sales last year and continuing to grow. We have such great people that work so hard to have helped to take some kid in a warehouse making shirts for bands and turn it into a real company. I'd say my number one passion is still in music, but I've found and discovered new passions along the way for leadership and things that I'm learning about people and teams and processes and it's a really important part of who I am and what I do, and it's an important part of my story.